Next, I'm really pleased to welcome Huda Ammori, who's a British student, activist and writer with Palestinian and Iraqi heritage. Huda is engaged in pro-Palestine and anti-arms trade activism nationally and globally, I'm sure, as many of you already know. So thank you very much, Huda, for joining us. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me on at such a difficult point in time. I'm sure people are well aware of the details of the genocide that is happening right now against the Palestinian people in Gaza, and also of the historical context. And I think coming from Britain, which is where I live, and I'm sure most people here are based, it's been extremely disturbing, but probably not surprising to see how overt senior politicians have been in supporting this genocide and calling for it to continue against the Palestinian people, and their unconditional support for the apartheid state of Israel. And this doesn't come as much as a surprise, because we know that Britain historically has been complicit in the colonization of Palestine for over 100 years, rooting back to the Balfour Declaration, where they signed away the land of Palestine in 1917, something they never had the right to do. It wasn't long after that they were on the ground colonizing Palestine. They arrested many Palestinians, killed many Palestinians, including my great-grandfather at the time. And ever since then, British complicity did not stop after the Nakba, which was armed and trained by the British. To this day, we have Israeli weapons companies, mainly Elbit Systems, operating across this country, where they are making weapons which they market as battle-tested. They have been using Gaza as a testing site for these weapons for a very long time. More recently, we've seen Elbit use new Iron Sting missiles, which are leaving burns on the injured and the killed that Palestinian doctors have never seen before. So again, every single time there is a massacre, there is a new weapon being developed. And I think at these moments when we feel, and I myself have it, moments of despair and feeling powerless, I think we have to remember where we are situated in the world and the importance of our activism from where we are in the imperial court, and the power that we can have and the impact we can have on these companies and institutions which are fueling this genocide. And that's why us in Palestine Action have been taking direct action against these Israeli weapons manufacturers. And whilst it warms me to see how many people are protesting in the streets of London and all across the country, I think that show of solidarity and the show of strength in our movement is so important. But we are still in a position where we end up appealing to those same oppressors, to the same people who are unconditionally calling for genocide. And that's why I encourage as many people as possible to look at their local weapons manufacturers, look at their local businesses which are fueling this genocide against Palestinians. We in Palestine Action have managed to successfully permanently shut down Elbit Oldham weapons factory, their London headquarters, and force them to lose £280 million of contracts. But it's not enough. And I think especially now when you see what's happening, we need every single person outside these weapons manufacturers, and they should not be able to operate a single day. And it's only a matter of time before they would have to shut down. And I think with the amount of people that we can see showing support for the Palestinian people, I encourage people to, and sometimes it means taking days off work and going in the week, because that's when these weapons manufacturers are open. But I think it's the least we can do at this moment in time, when we know weapons being built in front of us could be used to kill someone in Palestine who is alive today. And so I'd encourage as many people, and we have seen a massive shift globally, more and more people. We've launched Palestine Action in the US. We've seen 4 arms factories in Canada shut down today, including Elbit Systems. We're seeing activists in Australia occupying Elbit Systems offices over there. And we're seeing this movement grow globally, and people redirecting their energy towards the weapons manufacturers. Now, whilst I want, for me, the most important thing is that people prioritize campaigning against British complicity and doing what we can to materially end those links and stop it at its source. If we can't get this government to impose an arms embargo, we can put our bodies in the way and sanction these companies and sanction Israel ourselves. I also would like to mention that myself and 7 others are going on trial from Monday, the 13th of November, for 6 weeks. We're being charged with a range of different things, conspiracy charges mostly, which cover the first 6 months of Palestine Action. And this is when we really established the direct action movement. We stormed the London headquarters, which is no longer there. We occupied their Shenstone weapons factory. We dismantled their weapons factory in Oldham and targeted their weapons factory in Kent. And now we're facing charges for that, in addition to charges of blackmail. So 3 of us are charged with blackmail, which basically they're accusing us of blackmailing Elbit's landlords, demanding that they evict Elbit. And our threat was that we would take action against them until they do. And it's very clear that these charges are politically motivated. We know that a conviction of blackmail would mean that you can be banned from campaigning for life, and as well as a prison sentence. But at the end of the day, we see this trial as a crucial and vital opportunity to fight Israel's weapons trade in the courts, to fight British complicity, and to stand as the accusers and not the accused. And I think knowing what the Palestinian people in Gaza and the rest of Palestine are going through every single day, it makes it a very easy process for us to go through. And this trial is bigger than the 8 of us. We are doing this for the Palestinian people, and we refuse to not allow Elbit Systems to get away with it. And we know that they are the only guilty party. So I'd encourage people, if they can, to join us at Snaresbrook Crown Court in London. You can mobilise there from 9:30 a.m. every day, and it's a six-week trial. Thank you.
Thank you, Huda. We'll put up, if you've got information about that, if you can post it in the chat, and we can write to members and people who came to this meeting as well to provide them with information about that. So thank you very much, Huda, and all respect and courage to you.